The Barclays Center will be a state-of-the-art facility. The design will represent a more graceful approach, crafted to enrich the fabric of Brooklyn, all to achieve a cultural and environmental synergy. The architectural elements combine the glory of Brooklyn's past and the contemporary flair of the borough's present to bridge the gap for its tomorrow.
My name is Beatrice Carlene Hector. Some kids call me Miss B. I am the owner of Sensory Street Pediatric Occupational Therapy and the founder of the Hip Hop Community Center, which is a nonprofit organization. Sensory Street Pediatric Occupational Therapy is a private occupational therapy practice servicing children from birth through the age of 21. I started the business in 2010, opened my doors in July of 2011, and we're still here today in 2014. I service children with physical and cognitive disabilities. I get my referrals from Department of Education, private paying patients, as well as patients have various insurance that I'm a provider for. The Hip Hop Community Center, which is a nonprofit organization, we're tax exempt. It's an enrichment program for kids. We help children who have difficulty with reading, math, and the great thing about it, they earn studio time. I use the hip hop culture as a motivational tool to help them with their learning. And what I mean by that is because they enjoy the culture of hip hop, it motivates them to work hard, do well in school, to earn the studio time, to have exposure to studios that, whether it's for music, recording studio for singing, reciting poetry, rapping, the 4 elements of hip hop. You have MCing, breakdance, graffiti, DJing. So I use those elements to help them with, being motivated to do well in school. Sensory Street Pediatric Occupational Therapy is actually at this location. It's actually a sensory gym. Like for the Hip Hop Community Center, this is where the administrative, things happen. I don't have to physically be at the office because everything actually happens at a school site or, again, at the studios. The Barclay opened up across the street, and actually it was still under construction when I moved to this location. And I wasn't sure what type of impact it was going to have on my business. I mean, I knew it was going to be a stadium, with a lot of functions and activities, but I wasn't sure exactly what that meant until, it opened up, and I really felt it because when the Barclay went up, everything went up as well, including rent. It was difficult because you have to try to keep up with the changes that happen so rapidly. And my landlord, told me, look, the rent has to go up because now everything has gone up, and it forced me to figure out ways to, increase the revenue. I was kind of concerned that I wouldn't be able to keep up with the changes financially. And you have to be creative, come up with ways and ideas to make more money. Because if you don't, then you have to pack up and leave. This is absolutely a form of gentrification. Because from being a little girl in Brooklyn, I was accustomed to coming downtown Brooklyn to go shopping for school, and it was nothing like what it is today. And neighborhoods that no one would even think of living in, back in the day, now all of a sudden, it's like, woo, it's millions of dollars to live here. And the pros of the Barclays Center being here, it's you get a lot of traffic because depending on the type of function that the Barclays having, such as children's programs, shows, concerts. Just recently they had Frozen, and there were a whole bunch of kids out here. So therefore, you have a lot of kids, you have the parents, and this is a pediatric business. So therefore, you're gonna have a lot of parents that might be interested in inquiring about the programs that we offer. The owner of the property that I'm renting from, I think, has big plans because of the changes that's occurring. And I noticed there are a lot of vacant stores which he owns, and he's not renting them out. and we're the last one left on the strip. I truly believe that he has plans to change it up so it can fit what's happening in the neighborhood. And because of that, I feel that I need to be proactive and make some moves to try to find a place so I don't have to wait for that time when you have to leave last minute. I need to move because I don't want to wait until I'm told to leave because of the changes that's happening in the neighborhood. Even though gentrification, is not always a great thing because it pushes the old out, I feel it's pushing me to do better, to do bigger and greater things. But I just wish, before they did all these changes, that they thought about the people that was here first, and not really try to push them out and just include them in the change and even help, maybe even have funding to, beautify whatever it is that they need to upgrade. Instead of saying, you know what, this is what it is, you gotta leave. And if you can't or don't have the resources to keep up with the change, then what? I wonder, how would they feel if they knew that by making all these changes, you're actually cutting off a service that helps kids in their development, that help families that don't have the answers to help their child in their development.